62.
Because it doesn't
We're
matter.
live on YouTube and we'll be live on Instagram. All right. So, how's everyone doing? We're back. 62.
The big
Got
old
some,
62.
Hot topics probably to discuss, but before we get into those, we'll give people a second or two. But we are going to do a duck race, 2 duck races for our AFR crazy name bracket. We are getting towards our Sweet 16. We're getting there.
Once we get to the Sweet 16, we're actually going to break it down
Yep.
matchup by matchup, get some reels posted. But first off, we need to welcome everyone. Chase, Ryan, and Ben here after Further Review podcast. Super pumped to be back with you guys tonight. You know, we've been on that grind, but still finding time to make sure we hop on once a week, get to talk to everyone, get to talk sports. There's always so much going on. Hope our fan base is doing well, though. Starting to get nicer out. I know we're trying to get golfing more. We're going to go next weekend. Us three.
This weekend.
Yeah, this upcoming weekend we're going to go, and hope everyone else is having fun too. This is a great time of year for sports because you can start going outside and playing them yourselves. So
Yeah. And now it's lighter out, so just more time to do all the things.
Yeah. So as we're starting, before we get into the weeds of it all, we are going to do a duck race. So this is the one matchup that was a tie. We got Chad Ochocinco and Oil Cam Boyd.
did you guys vote on this one?
I do not remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
I try not to vote unless I really want one.
I definitely wanted Oil Can Boyd.
Okay, so
I
we're going to do
voted.
20
Yeah, I'm
seconds.
definitely pulling for Oil Can.
Going to shuffle once, and we're going. All right.
Oil Can Boyd. First off, is Can his middle name?
I don't know.
Is it first name Oil, middle name Can, last name Boyd?
Oil
Boyd.
Cam Boyd's pull. Oh,
I wonder if there's any relationship to Tyler Boyd from the Bengals.
could be, but Oil Cam Boyd took that one.
Oh,
pretty-
let's go.
Oh, yeah.
And
All right.
Tyler's long-lost brother, Oil Can, comes through. Shout out to the Ducks for making noise even when we muted their asses. too.
All right, so the next matchup, which ended actually yesterday, we had Sad Sam Jones, and I don't know how to pronounce his thing.
Aju?
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, sneeze twice.
Okay. A Jew. Oh, that's
Yeah.
gonna sound like a Jew. Although I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah,
no one
you're-
else allowed to say
Yeah.
that.
You are a Jew. It's a known fact.
Oh, I know.
Maybe mute the music too.
Mute it all.
Yeah, just mute it
Yeah.
all.
All right.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I did not vote on this one.
We have a big matchup coming up next. I don't know if you guys know, but you don't want to know the matchup. It's Swim Cash against Noodles Han.
Oh,
my God. The
Oh,
huge
boy.
matchup. And
I
sad
feel like
Sam
Swim
Jones.
Cash is low key underrated.
Yeah, they can make a run.
Also, I appreciate everyone for we got Oju who everyone who's voting, because we had last couple of times we've had a few randos and few people who
randos or
Yeah,
people
people who
that haven't been voting.
people who haven't voted before.
Oh, yeah.
So we appreciate all the new voters that
When we get close, don't put them up. Yeah, we need to come up how we're going to handle the Sweet
Yeah.
16 once we get there.
Yep.
So
All right, so keep every day. We're grinding through it, and we're almost down to the next round for this 32 bracket, and then we'll be at the Sweet 16 before we know it.
we'll
So,
for sure take a break when we get there
Yes.
because then we can maybe we post a reel, and then a couple hours later is when we post a poll, so that way everyone can. That reel can get cooking and we get them votes up there because these are going to be big matchups when we get to the Sweet
oh, for
16.
sure.
How are we going to wrap this up before the playoffs are over?
Yeah, so to give you a hint of where we're at, basically we did 2 separate 32 brackets.
Right.
There were 64 names.
Yeah, 64
Yeah.
names. One side already Sweet 6, so one side of 8 already is set. Already set.
Half the Sweet 16 is locked.
Yeah, locked. But those are off to the side now, and now we're going through the other 32, which is almost through the first round.
All right. I like
They
it.
have to get through 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll show it to you after, Chase. I don't want to spoil it for the
There's
viewers. and
so many
listeners.
names.
Yeah.
Basically, we're down to 40 some names, right?
Probably less than that. A lot less than that. Yeah, a lot less than that. We're down to
at least half the names.
probably in 30s.
Yeah.
In the 30s.
Yeah.
But All right. Well, why don't we get into it?
Yeah. Wait, what do we got on tap for tonight, though?
Oh yeah. So we're gonna talk basketball, specifically. I'm sure some Sixers Knicks. Ryan's I'm sure gonna bring up the refs, so I'll preface that now. Baseball, get into kind of how the season's going, and then NASCAR update from Chase. And then I think we're not going to do it live, but you guys will see some reels for the NFL draft too, kind of highlighting some predictions.
Yeah.
And of course, at the end, if you're watching us live, you can
Immaculate Grid.
Yeah, play some Immaculate Grid. I know our Spotify lovers out there. Hop onto YouTube. You can even watch us after we post it if you ever want to do the grid.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they can't do it with us, but they can watch us fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
all right. 76ers Knicks.
Yep.
Who wants to start? We're gonna have opposing views on all this. So
just so everyone remembers, Ben's a Knicks fan, and Chase and I are Sixers fans. And Chase, do you want to start us off? I feel like it's about to get heated, but
I'm not gonna get heated. We all know what we saw, and it is what it is. You can't change the outcome of it, and it's just unfortunate. I feel like the first few games of the playoffs hasn't been too much action from the refs. Like they kind of just been really letting the guys play. So I don't know why it was so tight last night, and then it just seemed like a little all over the place. And it is what it is. It's basketball. This isn't something new that we haven't seen before. I feel like it happens all the time. And the real problem with it is that the Sixers were up and blew it in seconds. I feel like that's like a big problem. Like they had bigger leads throughout the game and they couldn't hang on to any of it and really couldn't ever shut the Knicks fully down. So before we get to like the last sequence and there was missed calls, okay, fine. The refs admitted it, great, but it is what it is now. Like now you're down 2-0 and Joel's hurt. So I mean, obviously it's not good. It just feels worse because of the way it ended. But I feel like overall it's a hot matchup. These two teams are like going for it. So I feel like it's the heat of the moment and it is what it is. But I mean, moving forward though, I just hope it's just more baseline of things to get called. But I don't know, because fouls are going to happen. It could have easily been the Sixers in the next position at home, and it could have went the same exact way. And it feels crappy to like be like, oh, we got to win, but there's an asterisk next to it. But yeah.
I'll say from the Knicks standpoint, definitely felt like we got lucky. Definitely felt like we kind of stole one. I was for the last like 4 minutes of the game, literally like yelling at the TV, telling Brunson to stop shooting the ball. Literally, that's all I was doing. He was not shooting well. The Sixers were guarding him really well, and he was not passing the ball off and giving other guys a chance to score. So that was really frustrating for me to see that. And the reality is, the Knicks are up 2-0, but if Brunson doesn't get going a little more, they're gonna struggle in these games in Philly. So if Brunson shoots, I mean, he's shooting like 30%, maybe even worse.
8 for 29 he was last night.
Yeah,
in game two.
Yeah, game one was not much better. So the series, I mean, I think he's shooting 30% in general, and so he needs to be better, especially in Philly, for that team to succeed. I will say, Embiid does not. He's definitely hurt. Like he does not. You can tell he's not himself. Like he's not MVP Embiid. So it's kind of obvious to me on that front, which is unfortunate for you guys because Maxi's gonna only be able to take you guys so far. I mean, he's a great player. He's been stepping up. He made that huge three in the final minute of the game, but you guys need a healthy Embiid to make the run you guys want to make. So I mean, it was from a Knicks standpoint, I was hype. I was super excited. It was a great win. To be up 2-0 because in Philly the Sixers are going to win at least a game. They very well could win two. So and one other thing I'll say, I called for it last year. I don't know if you remember, but Miles McBride, I was literally talking about how he needs to play more. And Thibodeau finally this last half of the year has played him, and he's a really good shooter off the bench and defender too. So I'm happy he's getting some playing time. Still don't know about Isaiah Hartenstein has just come out of nowhere, feels like, and just made crazy plays. I know Ryan's not the biggest fan. I like Mitchell Robinson. I know Ryan kind of does too, but yeah, I love the plays he's making. Hart's one of the whole team is just gritty, and it's nice to watch this team. Like guys like Hart are just always hustling, always going for the ball, and we'll see. I don't think the series is over yet, though. So I'm not gonna start that.
One quick question before I start for you is Brunson the number one guy on the Knicks team, or when Randall was there, was he considered?
No, Brunson was
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Randall was number 2.
Okay.
So they don't really have a number 2 right now, which is kind of, like DiVincenzo sometimes has been there, but OG is more. He's more maybe 15, but you're expecting like the elite defense from him, and that's kind of what he's going to give you. So Barrett, they don't have a guy like Barrett who was putting up more.
Yeah. So I just want to start. I'm going to go way back to the beginning of the series. We're going to go over game 1 and 2. I'm going to start off fully, and this is how disappointed I am with the 76ers. I'm going to start off fully by rattling off how well the New York Knicks are doing and playing. Ben, you bringing it up?
Yeah, I'll bring it up for everyone.
You don't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. You don't have to. I just want to start off going into this series. The Knicks are more shorthanded because yes, Embiid's hurt, but Embiid's playing. Julius Randle's not playing. So, what do the New York Knicks have? Ben just said it. They have grittiness, and they're scrappy, and they can fight. And both games have fully played to those exact scenarios, which benefits the New York Knicks. And what are the outcomes? They win both. So they want to play like this. The Sixers are letting them play like this, and the New York Knicks win both. Secondly is the Jalen Brunson thing. Ben just said, Julius Randle, there's number 2. They don't even have a number 2. We have so much length. Nick Batum, Tobias Harris, Kelly Oubre. These guys were all over Brunson all night long, causing him into an 8 for 26 in game 1, 8 for 29 in game 2, and the Knicks still won both games. The number 1 scorer is shooting less than 30%, and they don't have a number 2. And they're losing games. I guess he's right around 30%. I think game 2, 8 for 29. I think he's under 30%, if my math's right. So I just want to give the Knicks credit where credit's due. They are grinding these out, and they still have plenty of players they could also throw in the mix. But
and you can just, I'm not to interrupt you, but you could just notice this first game. I mean, they had all negative plus minuses for their starters, and their 3 guys that came off the bench. When those 3 guys were playing, they were game changers.
Well, I'm gonna argue that's when Embiid was sitting, which was a big difference as well. But the other point I want to bring up, and this is kind of going to go into where I'm pissed off about the 76ers. So I don't know if you want to jump to game 2 or not, Ben, real quick here. But game 1, the New York Knicks destroyed in offensive rebounding, second chance points, fast break points. They were out hustling, out running the Sixers, which is a big part about it because Joel Embiid's injured. And if you go, Ben, go to the box real quick. I just want to point something out that I saw, which is just ridiculous. Joel Embiid had 34 and 10 last night, game 2. Great numbers. He had 10 rebounds at halftime. He had 0 rebounds in the second half, including the sequence at the end of the game where the Knicks got 2 straight offensive rebounds, which they already dominated the Sixers in game 1. I understand Embiid has to be out there, but I'm wondering.
He looks like he was just standing around.
That on defense, especially, like he's a jump shooter. He can make shots on offense and shoot over people, and the foul shots are still there. I know he missed 4 in the first half, but 8 for 12, I'm still taking that. That's like a worse night for him. But the defensive rebounding, like, this is where I have to give Nick Nurse some. I feel like either you put Paul Reed out there. I mean, the Knicks, yes, Hart is hot, and DiVincenzo can hit threes, but they haven't been super hot. And Brunson was 1 for 6. I was even wondering if Mo Bamba should have gotten like 5 minutes here or there. Like, I know at the end of the game you want Embiid out there to shoot free throws, but the game one and the majority of game two, the Knicks dominated the boards, and Embiid had 0 all the second half, to the point where the announcers kept explicitly stating no rebounds for Embiid. And I'm just watching him get bullied underneath the rim because he doesn't want to explode for one and hurt himself. I understand it. But the fact in that last sequence, regardless of foul or no foul, they didn't have any other rebounders in there besides Joel Embiid. I mean, like Kyle Lowry and Tyrese Maxey are not rebounders. That I just credit to the Knicks. They are playing to their strengths, and the 76ers are letting them, and that's why they're down 2-0. I agree with Ben, though. It's by far not over.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2-0, and you're going back to Philly. Yeah.
I will say major also. This is just, I'm so disappointed. I'm just going to keep hyping up the Knicks. Major credit to OG Anunoby. Missed a good chunk of the season with an elbow injury on his shooting elbow. That man is just out there super humble, doing his role. He's not a part of the scrum. He's not a part of the smirking. He's not cocky at all. He goes out there, plays hard. He knows he's only getting 10 shots a game. He's doing the best he can, and he's playing great defense. And so I have to give a bunch of credit to him too. I still hate Hartenstein.
There it is.
He's literally a Frankenstein, and Chris Wimbeck had a baby. And I like Chris Wimbeck.
It looks like JJ Watt. That's what JJ Watt was saying.
Oh, okay. I can kind of see that too. But I mean, I just don't understand what the Sixers are doing. And they're playing they're only going with an 8-man rotation. That's what I don't understand. Paul Reed only had 9 minutes. Batum had 33. So basically you're playing 6 guys.
Yeah, that's besides Josh Hart, who's been consistently getting like 45 plus minutes a game.
And they're not even, and the 76ers right now aren't even running plays for anyone besides Maxey and Embiid, which I understand. They're your scorers. They're going to carry you to the promised land if you do it. But we talk about this all the time. Dynamic duos don't win. And you can crap on Tobias Harris all you want, but there's no one's running any offensive sets for him. Nobody's. Buddy Hield took 3 shots yesterday as one of the best shooters on the team. 15 minutes, took 2 threes, missed them both. Yes, but how is he going to get a rhythm if he's not even out there long and putting anything in the hoop? I mean, Chase, I don't know about you. I get it. The pick and roll Embiid and Maxey is great, but they at least have to run some sets for other guys. The only time Oubre or Harris shot the ball last night was in transition if they got the pass and they just decided to take it themselves, in my opinion. And Lowry had a couple of plays for him, but that was towards the end of the shot clocks when not much else was there. Like, you got to figure out other ways to win.
Less predictable.
Yeah, and the defensive rebounding and the offensive sets for other players just wasn't there at all.
And that's the same like you said with Anunoby. Like, that's what Mitch Robinson, 18 minutes yesterday, didn't shoot the ball once. Like, he knows what he's in there to do, is really to just guard Embiid.
I'm fine with Mitchell Robinson. I mean, he can take shots. I'm okay with him not. I'm not okay with
Hartenstein being 7 for 8.
Nick Batum and Buddy Hield have been 2 of the great 3-point shooters for the Sixers in the last 2 weeks, and they took a combined like 8 shots off the bench. I mean, you would just have to generate more offense. Embiid can hit his shots. He was 2 for 9 from 3, though. That's how you know he's injured. When he's taking 9 threes, he can hit a couple. Why is he taking 9 threes and Buddy Hield's taking 2? I don't know.
I feel like it's just because he couldn't get into the paint in the second half. Like, I mean, every time there was a transition play, he wouldn't get there until like the last moment. And then they couldn't do anything, and he would just have to chuck up a 3. It was too much like Doc Rivers' system, and I think it's more just because Joel was hurt. And like you said, he got all of his rebounds in the first half. In the second half, I feel like he was like the inflammation kicked in, and he couldn't do it anymore. But when, like you said about the rebounding, it drives me crazy that the second they take one shot, they just run down court. Like, go get the rebound. What are you doing? That's basic basketball.
He always follows a shot.
Yeah, like, I don't understand. Like, go get the ball. And if Joel was there, he probably would do it for you, but he's not. Like, and he shouldn't have to be right now. Like, yeah, he's a great rebounder, but like, he's hurt. And like obviously you're gonna have to compensate with that somehow. And they're not doing it. And the other problem is it's coming down to late possession games and they're trying to inbound the ball. And scratch last night with the foul, whatever. It is what it is. But in the Miami game, they couldn't inbound the ball either. And I don't understand. What is happening? I feel like you have too many people standing around and it's just going to Maxey.
Yep.
Like, get somebody open. I don't literally all of you just run down the court then and he'll just bomb it in. Like, I don't know what else. How else? Why are they so good at defending it? This is two teams now that they can't inbound the ball the right way.
The amount of forcing it to Tyrese Maxey on inbounds and on plays, especially towards the end of the game, is so predictable for any other team. When they inbound the ball, I get it. They want it to go to Maxey, but that's not always going to be there. And I don't understand why they continue to do this. You're right, Chase. They did in the Miami game and they struggled. And they've been trying to do it towards the end of the first two games against the Knicks. And they're struggling. There's 4 guys running around out there, and they're only looking for him. And last night, game 2, at the end, with like their play to run with like 13 seconds left or whatever, was just Maxey trucks in to go for a left-handed layup, not even like looking for one of his teammates. I get it. Him and Embiid are your best 2 options, but they didn't even run a play. The ball. He just trucks down, tries to go for a left-handed layup. Boom, blocked by Hartenstein. He's having a great game. I got to give him credit. It was a great block. And then the next time down, Maxey's been the only one shooting it. So what happens? He's dribbling 5, 4, 3. Embiid's expecting him to shoot it. And then he just chucks it to Embiid for a deep heave that I don't even think would have counted if it went in. What a terrible last 2 offensive plays in the last 20 seconds on that side, let alone giving up 8 points in the last minute to blow it.
Right. Yeah, you had a few plays that literally – the Maxey drive kick out to Toby. That's where he made his 2 threes in the corner. And that's a play that could have worked. I mean, maybe you don't want to take Toby to take that shot, but he can make that shot.
Yeah.
If he's open.
He has to.
He made it in round 1 last year in series 1 when Harden passed one out. I forget it, but it was right towards the end too. And it was a huge streak.
Yeah.
And I get it. I get it. There's a lot of hate on Tobias Harris, but you're not going to win a championship if just 2 guys are trying to do it all.
Yeah, we need them. And I'm pretty sure that play, too, that you were describing, Ryan, where Maxey trucked it in, I don't think anyone was in the paint at all.
No.
I think they were all standing at the 3-point line, and I was like, what is this play? What? Like, you're making it so easy to defend. Yeah. Like, there's nothing. You're literally just hoping he gets a foul.
And I kind of wish they had they did the TrackMan thing for basketball, because you could literally just go from full court and just see him, and the path to the basket literally just looked like a straight line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. First off, I don't know if it's just strictly the players, but Tom Thibodeau is out coaching Nick Nurse right now. I was watching sets during the halftime report of how every NBA team always just has a guy just chilling in the corner on the side of where the ball is. And he was showing Thibodeau's sets on offense where they would have no one in there, and they would have guys curling around. OG open mid-range jump shot, Josh Hart open mid-range jump shot, and they're knocking them down. Points. I'm like, Nurse is not running any of this. It literally looks like a Doc Rivers offense right now. And I'm pissed because I like Nurse and I think he's a good coach, but I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I get it. It's his first year, but it's Embiid's 10th season, 8th season playing. I'm not trying to play around anymore. Let's just try to win these games.
Yeah. Well, and it's just confusing because Nick Nurse was supposed to be this defensive guy. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's partly the players too. The Knicks, I feel like they were doing a really good job of just getting open people, just screening and just moving people around. And you guys are really quick too. DiVincenzo's fast. All these guys are in their prime right now, or just entering it too. So
yeah,
and you have good people. It felt like he was pushing all the right buttons. And yeah, they got down. I don't know. It was a 10-point lead, I think, at one point. But the Knicks never. You could just tell, they just kept answering, and then it finally just was too much.
Yeah, I was waiting. I mean, it just kept being this Knicks felt like they would get to 7, and then it would go back to 10, and then 6, and then back up to 9.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting. I was like, are the Knicks going to break through, or the Sixers just going to keep something's going to have to give here soon. Either the Knicks are going to start running it, or the Sixers are going to start running it up, or the Knicks are going to come close.
I was expecting a wire-to-wire victory for the 76ers. Point blank. They should have. There's no reason. And I get it. The Knicks are at home, but Ben said it perfectly when he said the Knicks stole this game, which is great. Your number one player is playing like garbage. Your number two player is out for the season. And yes, you're at home, which got to give the hate to some fan base, though. When that Philly fan double flipped off Russell Westbrook like 4 years ago, he was all over social media. I'm watching Embiid take free throws last night, and just a fan like 4 rows up, double fingering Embiid, and they're chanting F you. Just got to give some hate there, Ben. I know it's going to be equally as bad in Philly, but I just need people to know that New York and Boston are right there. So, but besides the point, the Knicks stole that one.
It's been a long time for the Knicks. They're getting antsy. Getting antsy. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I mean, we could probably talk about this game a lot, but the other game last night specifically, I mean, the doubleheader was absolutely insane. Talk about another steal. The Nuggets then stole the game pretty much from the Lakers.
Yeah.
And now the Lakers are down 2-0 when they easily could have been a 1-1 in that one also. So it seems like the Nuggets just have the Lakers number no matter what the Lakers do, no matter how well like AD plays. And I got to give my flowers to AD. Everyone shits on him all the time. He has been so freaking durable this whole year. So freaking durable.
He is. I watched a good chunk of the first half last night too. I'm like,
I think he's played.
I forgot how good he was. Like when you watch him play.
Yeah. How many games did he play this year? I think because we always talk about how he just each year doesn't play and gets hurt. But this year he started and played 76 games.
Career high.
Yep. So hey, props to AD for health.
I mean, I think everyone can agree now that big guys are durable. But I don't know if you guys knew this or not. Home teams are 11-0 right now to start the NBA playoffs, which in modern day sports we always talk about. It's not as much of a factor anymore. I think we agreed that baseball might be one of the biggest factors for home field because the fields are different and just the fans but the NBA crowds are showing out and in a time too where it's not always as easy to fill your arenas. Every arena I've watched has been packed and bringing it, and it's been, which is cool. It's been, the home crowds have been there boosting people up, and I mean it's crazy to see 11-0 to start. But real quick, I wanted to talk to you guys about the end of the Sixers-Knicks game because obviously it was super controversial. And my biggest question here, I want to see what you guys think, is do refs decide outcomes of games? I mean, we can specifically talk basketball. I know in other sports there can be different takes, baseball with the umps and balls and strikes, obviously football PI. But right now, basketball, everyone was making a big deal. The NBA filed, I think, a grievance with the league. Or the Sixers filed a grievance with the league off the last call. They came out and said it, like you said, Chase. It was a foul, Maxey. Doesn't affect the outcome of the game at all now. But, like, what are your guys' thoughts on this? And I can give mine, too. But mine, point blank, is no. I don't think refs decide outcomes. But I wanted to hear what you guys thought.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's one of those things where you don't leave it up to them. Especially in a sport like the UFC, like, don't leave it up to the judges. Don't leave it up to the ump. Don't leave it up to the ref. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's just one of those things where if you have to rely on them to save you, it's not going to help you.
For me, it depends on the sport. Like baseball, I don't think they do. I don't think they can, even if a bad call. Same with basketball. I think, there can be some really bad calls if they call a 3 with like time expiring or something. And I think football, I've seen it, and I feel like kind of
okay.
Like we had in the playoffs, the pass interference that was clear, that wasn't called, that basically allowed a touchdown, like something like that. But
the football standpoint, I can agree because of the lower possessions, but NBA or basketball specifically, I mean, you have.
I don't think so.
Can you even count how many possessions you have in a game?
No,
It's
and
ridiculous.
and you can go to so many different plays and find. I mean, like the Lowry call that they challenged him successful. I had thought no way that was going to be a successful challenge.
Yeah, Stan Van Gundy, it was literally like after that, he was like, I don't want to say anything. It's like he didn't, which you can crap on the refs all you want. And first off, I think officiating basketball is one of the hardest things to do.
For sure. It's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, there's no winning because everyone's always complaining. But also, there's just so many plays. I think if the Sixers would have held a 10-point lead, it wouldn't have mattered at the end of the game if the Knicks hit that 3. Okay, now it's down to 7. Like, at some point, the refs are probably going to call something. They're going to miss calls all the time and individually. And I will state, so far in the NBA playoffs, they haven't been calling much. And so at the end of the game, I would expect that they really wouldn't call much. I do think it was a complete shit bomb that whether it was called in the Sixers or in the Knicks, that last sequence, the amount of players pushing and shoving, I mean, Lowry got hurt. Like, I thought some whistle should go at some point. Usually you don't watch, like, literally I'm watching it and Lindsay's like, this feels like a little kid's game. Like Chase, she's like, it feels like Kendra Shiva game.
Yeah.
How much of a mess it was. It was so unorganized that you thought a whistle was going to be blown. And that was my biggest concern in that because it was so messy. But
I love when they let it go like that, but they got to be consistent about it. That's all.
Yeah.
That's what I agree.
If you're gonna let them play like that, fine. I'm down, but you can't just do it in the final 10 seconds. You gotta do it all game. So
yeah, and the other thing too is these teams should know what these refs' tendencies are at this point. Like a lot of these guys have been doing it for a long time. You should know what to expect. Like some guys are gonna call certain things more than other guys in every sport. So I feel like I remember John Kruk literally just brought this up about how Kurt Schilling had a detailed notebook about every hitter he faced, plus all the umps and what the tendencies were with them. I mean, I feel like that helped in his career to make him what he is. Like, yeah, he might be a dick off the field or on the field too, but whatever. Beside the fact, just the knowledge that he had about his opponents was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, next level preparation.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you really care about the sport, like, you guys should know. And especially basketball, we all know who the people are. Like, it's not like these guys just came out of nowhere and it's a 1-year job for them. Like, we kind of know what the deal is with all these guys.
Yeah. There's only 3 guys on the court. There's only 3 refs. It's not like it's like 20 NFL guys out there.
Yeah. But I'm excited for Game 3. It'll be Thursday. It'll be a fun one.
Obviously, a must win since no team's ever come back from 3-0 for the Sixers. But I mean,
the Brunson, if he doesn't play better, the Knicks are going to struggle in Philly. So that's really the key. If the Sixers continue to do what they're doing to Brunson, some of that is working. They're just not getting the end result. But it's not like some of the things they're trying to do isn't working.
Okay. So are we at a consensus, though? Refs deciding outcomes of basketball games. We're all on a no, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad we agree on that.
Yeah, I don't really think it's. I think it's just like more glaring when it's in the last minute of any sport.
For sure.
Like it just feels like that, but I mean,
it's not bad.
I don't know.
Not bad. Cheap Sixers Knicks tickets, not that expensive actually.
Standing room only for $80.
This one upper level.
Also, the screen is still stuck on ESPN's homepage.
Oh.
Yeah. There we go. $80?
That's not terrible. $88.
No.
I wonder if it's because they're down 2-0.
Could be.
I wonder if they win next game. I bet you if they win next game, they go up. If they lose next game, they go down.
Yeah. I mean, it's still not terrible for a playoff game, home playoff game.
Oh.
All right. Well, let's talk a little baseball here. We will. Do you guys have anything with? I'll talk quickly. Mets. They hit a little bit of a snag last couple games, but overall, I mean, I can't be too upset. They have been. What's the record? All right, let's see here. 12-8, I think. 12-9 now. 12-10. Oof. They were doing well. Still 12-10 though. Can't be too upset. Phillies have been just steamrolling. I know before they lost the last two, the Mets were on a 6-game, Phillies were on a 5-game, and the Braves were on like a 6-game before the Mets had lost the last two. So top of the NL East really doing well. Fortunately for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez, young star catcher, out 6 to 8 weeks. Classic.
Yeah.
Fractured his thumb. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We need Lindor to start stepping up at some point. He's still hitting a $150. So that's a struggle, but I don't have a lot of expectations. So 12 and 10, I'm happy where they're at, and go from there.
I mean, now with the extra wild card, basically the goal is to scoot in around 500, couple games over, and you give yourself a solid chance to make the playoffs. So, I mean, they're playing probably to what you kind of expected at this point in the season.
Yeah,
but I think the big thing we need to.
And I will just say before you keep going,
No,
the Mets had, besides the Pirates, and they played the Braves, Royals, who were pretty hot, and then the Dodgers, Giants now. So I feel like they haven't had the easiest schedule recently. So hopefully with the Cardinals next, they can win a couple there and get back on track. All right, what were we saying, Ryan?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think the biggest thing so far and to your point, the Mets have had a tougher schedule. The biggest thing for the Phillies and what they sometimes struggle with is beating the teams they're supposed to be. And so far this year, they've done that. And I feel like that's, the main reason they're 15 and 8 right now is because they're winning the games they're supposed to be. And if you do that all year, people are like, oh, yeah, there's so many baseball games. And I get it. You're not going to win all 3 against bad teams always. But you chip away, win 2 out of 3, sweep a couple here and there. And, your record will shoot through the moon. And obviously you stay competitive in the good teams, as the Mets are doing so far. And before you know it, you can have a chance to win the division. That's where the Phillies are right now.
Yeah, I think it goes without saying. The White Sox are really bad. They're really bad.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it was important to win all 3.
No. I'm not saying. I'm just saying, like,
what's their record right now?
3-19.
Oh my gosh.
Their A is bad. They're bad.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This AL West also is really upside down. Really weird. Really weird seeing the Astros where they're at.
I low-key kind of love it, but
yeah, I'm not upset.
Did you take the A's under wins this year?
That was a bet. I think the bets I made were the A's under and the Tigers to win the division.
Okay, so it looks like
I don't think anyone thought the Indians or the Guardians would get out to this start. This is pretty impressive for them.
Yeah.
That's all. It's not upside down, but
plus they lost their A's. So
yeah. And everyone expected the Twins to win. It's gonna be a tough division because I think the Royals and Tigers are both a lot better than last year. So
yeah, the Royals finally get some people back that were injured last year, and they're young guys. They're definitely taking the step forward.
Yeah, a great move for them. They get a half year of Aroldis Chapman, trade him to the Rangers, get Cole Reagans in exchange of him, and he's pitching besides his last outing against the Orioles, which he got shelled, but otherwise he's been a phenomenal starter for them this year.
Yeah, that's definitely a bonus, like that they were able to hit on a trade like that. Like I feel like hitting on a trade in baseball isn't always easy, especially when you're taking a prospect type guy back.
Yeah,
like kind of floundered a little bit with the Rangers. Like
totally agree. But I don't have too much else to talk about baseball. I just want to briefly touch on it, and it's a long season, but we'll talk on it more. We'll be going to games at some point here and there, and so.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for the I don't know, I'm glad it's back into the swing of things. Like now I really look forward to 7:00 at night most nights, just to have baseball on again.
Yep. No, I love it.
It's such a nice safety net sport. I know there's not a lot else going on in the summertime, but that's why it's so clutch that it's basically every night they play at the same time. Like it's so nice. Like, you're going to miss games. You can't watch them all. But, like, the fact that it's, like, you get home, you sit down, you're like, okay, 7, 8 p.m.,
Mhm.
turn on the ball game. And you also know now you're not going to be up till 11 p.m. because
Well, that's been the issue with me for the Mets games in San Francisco. The games are
Oh,
starting like
yeah.
10:15. I'm like, oh. So I watched
Yeah.
like a little bit of and then I don't stay up for the rest of it. But that's why I was so surprised. I didn't watch the whole Lakers Nuggets game last night. When I went to sleep, they were up by like 15. I'm like, oh, the Lakers got it. And then I woke up to Louise at 3 a.m. And then I looked at my phone like, oh, crap.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, there's no way I could take in any more basketball after the Sixers game ended.
yeah.
I was like, I can't.
No.
I actually, the only reason I started watching it was because I couldn't calm down how pissed I was. So I just watched like a good chunk of it, half watched it, and then just went to bed still pissed.
All right, Chase. Before we get in the Immaculate Grove, you want to give us a brief NASCAR update?
Yeah. So this past weekend was Talladega, a big race. I hope some of you guys tuned in.
Talladega music from Eric Church while Chase is going.
Oh, true. Yeah. But anyways, it was a big race and pretty much caution free up until the last third of the race, which you kind of would assume. It's a big track. There's a lot of drafting and people were starting to get desperate. I will have to give it to Michael McDowell. God, I feel for that guy. He had the fastest car by far all weekend, won the pole in the race, was dominating, led a bunch of laps. And then towards the end of the race, I mean, things just started to get crazy. Him and Keselowski were drafting partners, and then it became a shootout. And he just was trying to block way too much and lost control and ended up causing a wild sequence where one car finished the race on its side, basically went down the entire front stretch on its side against the wall, up against the fence. So pretty crazy. Out of all that madness, Tyler Reddick from Jordan Hamlin Racing, 2345 or whatever it is.
Is this the right one, Chase? Before I...
Yeah, this was the final results from the race.
Okay.
So as you can see, Tyler Reddick, he was fourth, dropped back. He got blown out. Just a lot of traffic. Seemed like he had no chance. Because of the wreck, he snuck right through and picked up the win. It was really big. Michael Jordan was in attendance, so he was hype, obviously.
That's insane.
Yeah, and then Keselowski still finished second, which was pretty big. But, I mean, if you look behind, all those guys were running pretty far back and then ended up getting top 10 finishes. Overall, but the biggest thing that happened during the race was the Toyotas all pitted early. So that was Bubba Wallace, John Hunter Nemechek, Denny Hamlin, a bunch of guys. And what happened was they were running around trying to catch up to the group and setting themselves in a position where they pitted early enough that they were going to have enough gas to finish the race. So by the time all the next teams started to go in, they would be able to be as a group up front. And the Toyotas, for whatever reason, their front bumpers just were bumping too much when they were trying to draft. And Bubba Wallace ended up wiping out half of the Toyotas because of a missed push.
Is it down here?
Yeah.
Bubba Wallace did this?
Bubba Wallace went so hard into people and spun them out and wiped out half of the Toyotas. Right there, look at that. He pushed Eric Jones, knocked him out, and then it took out Denny Hamlin as well. Just created chaos for the Toyotas. And also, our guy for the year, Christopher Bell, not involved in this accident, involved in a prior accident where there was just a jam up, and he got knocked out pretty early in the race. As you see, he only finished 132 laps, so he went out somewhat early. Not great for our overall season event. It's falling a little bit in the standings, but that can change really quick. If he gets a couple stage wins and then gets his points back up, he'll definitely be back in it. But yeah, it was an intense race overall, action packed into the final lap as well. So it definitely lived up to the Talladega fame, and just had to point out the special moment of Bubba Wallace taking out half of the Toyota cars in the race. I mean,
it's on brand for his season so far.
The fact that he's not creating the wreck, but he was getting top 5 and 10 finishes because of how many people were wrecking. That he was just raking points in those races, and now, he took a little stumble. I mean, I'll give it to him. Before that moment, he was running really well in the race. Like, he's had a lot of good moments this year. He's run up to the front, but just can't seem to close the deal for whatever it is. So, yeah, look at that. Michael McDowell, 182. I mean, his car was blasting past people.
That's insane.
Yeah. And,
appreciate it, Chase. Thanks for the NASCAR update, per usual.
Of course.
Keep us updated, especially if you go to an actual race. So.
Yeah, to Pocono. I think this weekend is Dover, I'm pretty sure. So we get a nice little East Coast race not far from home.
Oh,
okay.
We're in.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys ready to do a immaculate grid?
Let's do it.
All right. If anyone is watching, don't forget to
go back to the main screen.
Yeah. All right. So if anyone's watching, shout out the answers if you got some.
Yeah. Yell it.
Do you have does anyone have the
Yeah, I got it open.
Oh yeah, because on the main screen, Chase, you have
Who
the
is that
StreamYard
Scooby-Doo
screen up.
looking guy next to A-Rod?
Oh,
Jim Kern. All right, 14.1 WAR. That's more WAR.
Had a nice stretch here. I love the random ball players. It's just there's so many in baseball.
Damn, 25 to 37. What a career.
It's so wild. That's what I'm gonna do probably Thursday night. I'm just gonna just look at random baseball players for like an hour. That's literally what I might do.
Yeah, we haven't done a random, just type random into the box and see where it takes us.
Oh my gosh, yeah, for sure.
All right, you ready for the immaculate grid?
Yeah, let's do it. Back on track. Sorry.
No, I could. All right. You ready? You see it?
Oh yeah.
Chase,
Casey
do you have
and the Reds.
On StreamYard, Chase, do you have the comments up by chance, just in case anyone pops one in there? Do you see it? If you don't have it, it's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, Casey and the Reds, Chapman. We just talked about him.
Oh, good hit.
Oh, you know who else I just thought of?
Billy Hamilton for 30+ stolen bases.
Oh, he might have been. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Edison Volquez for the Reds.
Why did we just hammer out that one?
I don't know.
Billy Hamilton's good though. I like that.
The OG Billy Hamilton.
Oh my God.
They might have both, honestly.
Oh no, we knew this. We knew this because I remember I said that was like his great grandpa, but then it wasn't.
Yeah. So we'll go with the modern one.
Yes.
Okay.
Tampa Bay KC, Will Myers, or did he not play for the Royals? Was he still a prospect when he went there?
No, that's a good one.
He was still a prospect when he was with the Royals.
Let's just go Evan Longoria here.
Oh, shout out Corey Lewis.
Let's go Jermaine Dye.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a weird Jermaine Dye picture.
Reds, 100 RBI, Joey Votto.
Yes, sir. I'll get in.
Oh.
And just while we're just hanging out, playing this at the end, Ben's dogs got the munchies. So I don't know what Ben fed him earlier, but
30 stolen bases.
Alejandro De Aza? No.
Did Griffey ever get 30 stolen bases in a season?
I don't know.
Junior.
I don't know about the White Sox though.
Oh yeah.
I only think of like that.
Probably on the Reds. He was younger. On the Reds. I don't know how that works.
Yeah. What about
who was their shortstop?
Orlando Hudson? Was that the guy?
Oh yeah, he was.
I don't know if he was that fast though.
He was on the White Sox. Could try Orlando Hudson.
Paul Konerko.
Who's there? Isn't it Tim Anderson? Was that the
yeah, he may be probably.
You want to try Tim Anderson?
Yeah, he probably had 30.
Oh,
let's try Orlando Hudson.
That's why he sucks.
Oh my gosh, not the bad grid.
All right, let's just do
this is
Carl Crawford.
Oh yeah, easy money.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like that Billy Butler guy was on the Rays.
I definitely would have gone Scott
Pasednik.
That is one of the last names I think I would have thought.
Ben Zobrist. Oh.
I feel like he's a good grid guy.
He is a good grid guy. He played with the Mets a little bit too.
Zobrist?
Yeah.
Wait, how many we get right there?
Not great.
6?
All right.
That's so
not
bad.
great. Oh, Knicks.
Knicks
Okay.
Bulls.
Joakim
You know
Noah.
it.
Wait, who'd you say?
Me?
Chase? Yeah, who'd you say?
Oh, I just said you know it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say someone.
No.
Shake Milton. Knicks Timberwolves.
Knicks Cavs. Iman Shumpert.
Oh, I love this. Dang. Let's grind
We'll
up.
just
the-
go after that Knicks category. All right, now time for the dumpy Clippers.
Oh, no.
What about Batum? Has he ever?
Think of
I
like
don't know.
DeAndre
Oh,
Jordan.
Vucevic was a Clipper.
When?
I thought he was a rookie on the Clippers.
No, he was a rookie in the Sixers.
Oh, that was a bad miss.
Yeah, we
Oh.
traded him and kept Spencer Hawes. It was a whole debacle.
I feel like DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin. Hold on. Chris Paul.
What about Drummond? Did he ever play in the Clippers?
Oh,
I'm gonna let you guys.
he would fit in the Bulls and the Cavs. He hopped around a lot. I don't know though.
I don't know if he ever made it to the Clippers.
Want to go like Ricky Rubio or Rondo?
Yeah, I like Rubio for the Timberwolves.
one?
Timberwolves. Oh, I
Fits
see.
both.
Oh, he would fit both of those.
Because he could go like LeBron.
Yeah, Rubio. You went in so hot with
so hot.
Vucevic.
That was bad.
Bulls, Clippers. Come on. What about like a wing player? Like
I feel sus naming anymore now.
I know Marcus Morris Sr. played on the Clippers, and he's team jumped a ton.
That's true.
what about like Jamal Crawford? Did he ever play in the Clippers?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Where else did he go? Was he on the Timberwolves?
Yes. Good hit, Chase.
All right.
That's a really good one.
That's a good hit.
Jamal Crawford. All right.
Yeah, he's scary.
Cavs, Clippers. Cavs, Clippers. I feel like this is one like a Timothy Mozgov or somebody like that. But I don't think he
Oh.
played with the Clippers. I think it was the Lakers. Now I'm thinking about it.
I know they have so many. I mean, Harden, Westbrook, George, and Leonard have all been all over the place.
I can't think of like 2010s Cavs anymore.
What about Blake? Blake.
Oh, you lost the 2010s Cavs?
No, that's
What?
why I'm trying to think of like what that roster was, like 2011, 2012 Cavs.
Oh, like after LeBron, before Kyrie. It's like Anderson, Varejao was like it.
Yo, Glauskis. Mo Williams.
Oh yeah, Mo Williams, Derek Fisher.
The big white guy. Zig Zediron is Klauskis or something.
Well, why don't we just knock out 5,000 assists for the Bulls?
Okay.
Oh wait, what about that Chris Kaman dude?
Oh yeah.
Here.
I don't know. I know he was on the Clippers.
Forgot about him.
Maybe the Cavs.
Yeah, just go for it.
Like this guy.
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
What about
Oh,
5,000 assists? Did Tony Kukoc have it?
I like it.
Whoa.
what about Derrick Rose too? Maybe.
Oh, true. Oh, no. Oh, we missed the end.
Mo Williams.
Oh, Ben, why
Damn
did you
it.
go for
I
it?
didn't actually think he was on the Clippers.
Derrick Rose just wiping the board clean.
All right.
How many was there?
6.
6 again? Oh my gosh.
We have to get past that on the women's then at least.
Ben.
Okay.
Oh God.
Yo,
4 assists a
Ben's
game.
dog's just busting so bad again. So annoying.
Oof.
Asia Wilson. Is she
Yeah,
4
Kelsey
assists per game?
Plum. Yeah. It's just good. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Let's go Plum. No, it's okay. We're good.
Oh, I saw Kelsey Plum's getting divorced from Darren Waller.
Oh, really? They got
Yeah.
married not too long ago.
Yeah, they got married like a year ago.
Oh.
This room reeks of Ben's dog's farts. I just have to point that out. All right, let's
Lynx.
just move on to football. I don't see where I can put Dylan on. What about Ryan Howard? She was on the Timberwolves or the Lynx.
The lady. They should be called the Lady
I thought
Wolf.
they were on the. I thought they're on. All right, we'll go to the next one.
Okay.
I have no idea.
I'm
Super Bowl
I'm even
champ?
trying to do like research.
Dude, the smell is getting worse.
It's getting bad.
It's getting so wrong.
Super Bowl champ for the Patriots. Let's do. Let me think of somebody. Uh,
And we'll clear out the other ones while they do that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to make a pool for this one.
Sebastian Janikowski, where was he at?
I think it was just the Raiders.
What
Same.
about like a Rob Ninkovich for the Patriots Super Bowl champ? I think he won a Super Bowl there.
Nice. I like
Yeah.
it.
Hell yeah.
I like it,
Colts Super Bowl
You're-
champ.
bro.
What'd you say?
Colts Super Bowl champ. What about
Play me.
did Reggie Wayne win a Super Bowl with the Colts then?
The problem is the only one won.
I feel like it was either him or Marvin Harrison.
It was
I don't know. Jeff
Just-
Saturday, was he there when they won?
yeah,
So, yeah, you can put him.
Saturday.
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 You don't have a picture. What a chunk.
Oh, Le'Veon
Steel.
Bell for Steelers Chiefs.
Yeah.
Good
Steelers Super Bowl champ. Do
Play with.
Santonio Holmes.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I like that.
We had the toe tap.
this might be another under 1%.
Nice hit.
Oh, no,
8.
never mind. 8.
Um,
All right. Casey and the Colts.
Void clean right here.
Casey and the Colts.
Oh, Raiders patch Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh yeah.
Jim G. Jimmy.
Raiders Colts.
did Trent Richardson ever have a stint with the Raiders? Probably not.
That's a stretch, man.
Probably not. Malik Monk. Or not Malik Monk.
Oh my gosh.
Marlon Mack is who I meant. Not Malik.
I
Not
don't
Marlon.
know.
They're gonna have like a baseball football one. One time you're gonna be like Bo Jackson or something like that.
Mm.
Raiders Steelers. Raiders Steelers.
We're at 5, so we know we're good for one more.
Oh, Raiders Steelers. Robert Spillane.
And Chiefs patch Juju.
Nice hit.
Juju
Oh, yeah.
Smith Schuster, top
Chiefs.
middle.
Oh yeah. Good one.
Nice hit.
All right. We broke our today's record.
All right.
Two more.
Colts
Is anyone
Raiders.
helping?
Colts Raiders. Colts
Where's
Raiders.
everyone at?
I don't know.
We need help.
We need help. Someone else. They're definitely just talking about the wedding up there.
Colts. All right. Who is the Colts tight
Dwayne
end?
Bowe. Here on the Colts? Probably not.
No, I don't think so.
Who are the Colts? They have like Pierre Garcon and
Oh, did Nick Foles had a stint on the Chiefs? Nick Foles for the Colts Chiefs.
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Oh my
Hold on,
goodness.
Oh, Raiders Colts. Is Brissett there?
Oh, Jacoby.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh,
What? I thought he did.
Nothing nice.
oh, it was probably Brian Hoyer.
No.
Jeff
George.
Do you know who that is?
Martavis Bryant.
Jeff George sounds like a basketball player. Actually, makes me think of Jeff Jenkins.
Brian
Oh,
Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer.
Oh, there it is.
Kerry Collins.
Gary's Hayward Bay.
Oh,
Ugh,
forgot about
what
him.
garbage.
No way I would
receiver.
have pulled Darius Hayward Bay out of my basket of names. I remember him, but
Yeah, I did too.
Danico Autry, damn it. Denzel Good. Yeah. Andre Rising.
That was kind of a cool name, Rock Ya Sin. Should've been
Rock, you
Oh,
said.
don't even
Right.
get me started. He spent last year with Baltimore, and he's trash. He's so
Is
bad.
the run is the
He also went to Temple. So
is every first round already done? Is there anyone he can come
Oh, wait,
in?
this is how you pronounce it?
Yassine.
Rock must be his nickname.
Okay, I'm out. All right, we will. Yep, that's all we're gonna do. So, all right. So we appreciate everyone for listening, for watching. We will be back next week. And yeah, we will see you guys soon. Be on the lookout for some reels and for any NFL draft, NFL draft content that we put out before the draft. So
Did you say bye to the Spotify viewers?
that's what we're doing right now.
Oh, I didn't know they hung around for the Immaculate Grid.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See you guys.
Peace.